See? Yes, I'm live. Hello, everybody. I'm Aradhana Tewari. I am based out of India in New Delhi. I'm an Access Consciousness certified facilitator, plus the top two entities facilitator, almost the 10th year running for being the top two entities facilitator. And I'm so excited I'm here and to share my stories, my journey around top two entities because as I was just talking before this that I love Top 20 Entities. Top 20 Entities was my first love. Shannon was my first love in Top 20 Entities. She pulled me, her energies pulled me into being a Top 20 Entities facilitator because I had been all my life finding and searching for the information around entities. And this was the first place that I actually got my information and information like how it's changed my world magically. So, yes, I am happy to be here with you all and hope whatever I share kind of contributes to your world and it invites you to be choosing top two entities because I think this is a must know subject for everybody on the planet. And this has been part of all of us through centuries, but probably we have overlooked it. So just wanted to invite everybody, every molecule on the planet to come share this with the world so that it can reach to everybody and everybody can start acknowledging the gift of themselves. So I have been with Access for almost since 2014, and now I'm in 2024. And I've been with Talk to Entities for since 2014, and now it's 2024. How did I get so lucky? So what really what I wanted to share, what really excited me was, as I just said, Shannon's energies. I was doing my foundation class and on stream, and I saw Shannon on stream, and it was like I'm like, who's that woman? And they're like, that's Gary's daughter, Shannon O'Hara. And I'm like, wow. And I couldn't take my eyes off from her all through. And what I was really enjoying was I could so feel that she was so present in life. She was like, there was some energy around her which was like really pulling for me, and I wanted to meet her. And I started doing my classes, and then I came across that she does a body class, and I'm like, okay, I would love to do her body class. And I just finished one of my body classes, the first body classes ever in Dubai, and Chicks Cup was coming to India. Everybody said, oh, why are you doing the another body class? You just finished one. And I was like, I'm not going to talk to anybody about it. And I was like, I just said because I can. And I actually, the motive was to meet Shannon. And when I met her, I loved her energies. That pulling, that generosity, the magnanimity that she always had just pulled me. And that's when I came to know about Talk to Entities. And also, I knew a little bit of Talk to Entities in the foundation class where I wanted to learn the tools of it. So, then I started questioning what is this entity world to me, though I do not understand anything about it. When I was in the class, I end up taking myself to a Talk to Entities class where everybody could make out that they can sense people, they can listen to them, they can hear things. And I was the last one, and I'm like, I don't listen to anybody, was that? But I was making up my stories. And then I realized that those stories I had been making up in the school also. Like I did not understand what teachers said, I would visualize that story and make a story and would like and pretend that I understood. So did the same thing in my Talk to Entities class. I saw everybody responding very quickly and very in a good manner to the facilitator and saying, oh, I could listen to my aunt. Oh, my aunt came and spoke to me. And I'm like, oh, I saw my teammates. Oh, I saw this. And I'm looking at their faces and I'm like, what are they talking? I cannot see anybody. There is nobody here. How do I have to see? Then I asked my facilitator that what is it going on? I cannot see anybody. I cannot perceive anybody. She says, you will be able to do it. Just flow with the flow. And I just shut my eyes. And then I really put figures, people, things to get it that, okay, I got it. And then I was laughing and I was like, but I still did not get it out of the class. I was like, I get what they're saying. But my thing was, I have to be like Shannon. And she was inviting me to some energy that I followed. And it was not later, it was not about becoming like Shannon. It was the invitation she was being to be more present, to be the gift in the on the planet where what you are here for, and to just get present to everything. I think she was so present with everybody around, and I was so fascinated that what makes her so present in life. So I was like, she has told in the class, in the manual, it was like, just follow, keep doing the clearings until you will get it one day. And I'm like, okay, I want to be like Shannon. I kept doing the clearings left, right, center. I learned it, and everybody, I would make my time hours and I would go and do the entity clearing. While I was doing these entity clearings, I could sense there was a lot of lightness. Initially, I did not feel anything, to be honest, but then I started feeling the lightness of it. Things used to shift and change. Then, still, I was doubting my world. And then I actually went into the space where I was sitting with one of my parlor lady, and she was conversing with me something and about her father, late father, and she was talking about her. And suddenly I sense on my right side that I can hear something. And I'm like, okay, did your father say so and so? And okay, your father said this. And she's like, how do you know my father said that? And I looked at her. I said, yeah, how do I know? And then I looked like this. I said, I just heard some voice on the right side. And I said, okay. She says, yeah, exactly. This is what my father used to say. And she started crying. I'm like, wow, is this what they have been talking to me about the entities? And I, all my life, could hear these things, but I thought everybody else could hear that too. And it is very normal, but never question, where am I hearing from? Who's talking to me? So I never had that separation that something is talking to me or there's an entity that is talking to me. But I could hear voices, or I could sense everything around me all this while, all my life, through the tables, through the chairs, through the non living things, through the living things. I felt that I could talk to everything. But because in my childhood, in my school, you were told that living beings can talk, or you can sense and perceive only the living things, not the non-living things. You cannot talk to a table and a chair. I gave up my knowing. And this was a time when this whole incident happened with me. I'm like, I was correct. I can talk to everything. And that opened a world for me. And it was like, okay, that was my first sense of relief within me, that yes, to trust myself to what I know. Maybe others do not know. And thanks to, I can't thank enough ever to Shannon and Gary Douglas and Danny for bringing these tools into the world, because that made so much sense and my life started changing and shifting miraculously, because it wasn't about if I can talk, it was actually honoring every entity around me, every molecule around me. And since then, I think I'm becoming more and more and more and more present each day, and I love facilitating these classes. And when I do these classes, it is so amazing to see how people shift and change. And it was just like they were waiting for this clearing: truth, who are you? Truth, who are you? Truth, who are you before that? Truth, who were you before that? Truth, who were you before that? And truth will be in future. And suddenly they listen this, and something changes and shifts miraculously, as if all the energy shifted, and they suddenly, there's a joy on their faces, there's a smile on their faces, they're more present, and all their irritation, angst which was on their faces, and the cries just vanish. So it is purely magical. It is it is so miraculous that it actually cannot be put in words. So this is something that requires to be trusted, surrendered, and acknowledged. The more I kept surrendering, the more I followed the energy. I knew there is something greater here for me. This was very light. It was fun to do this. It was fun to talk to entities and to talk to everything. And the more I spoke, the more I got contributed. Everything, all the lawyers, all the cases, things keep shifting for me every day, every moment of my life. It is just I have to request. It's like people requesting me something. When I go to a space, I go to a hotel, or I travel a city, I talk to that city's energies, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm coming. Can we contribute to each other? What fun can we have together? What can you contribute to me? And there's so much of a contribution right there. You're loved, you've been honored, you've been acknowledged. So it's purely miraculous. These tools are life saving. If there are fights, if you use these tools, you'll be surprised how the energies shift. There's so much of a joy in the space, and suddenly that fight was about to happen. No fights happen. So I give this to a lot of people. I said, if ever you find there's fight happening, or there is an upset in your family, or there was suddenly you were happy and you suddenly got upset, start doing these tools. Start repeating these tools. This clearing of what we say in Access, truth, or the Talk to Entities best tool, truth, who are you? Truth, who are you? Who were you before that? 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 And truth, who will you in future? Carry all your magnetic imprinting and leave to love and light. It just opens up. And suddenly the fight stops, things stops, everything changes as if by magic. So play with it, see it in your world. And another thing I really wanted to share. I know I'm talking a lot. It's my ADHD setting in. I have to talk everything so fast. That is, but thanks to again to talk to entities, I have stopped making myself wrong for it. I've realized, I've acknowledged that's my capacity, that's my gift. I keep going fast. It's not wrong. It's just different. So it's okay. So I really wanted to share another very amazing story that just recently showed up. I was traveling. I was trekking. I'm into trekking. So I was trekking, and I had my co-mates, and everybody thinks that I talk weird, because they think that I keep doing this entity clearings and I'm talking to the spirit world. So they all are a little hesitant to talk to me. So we did go for a trek, and there was people on the trek. And I was like, I'm not going to talk about my work. I'm just going for fun. I'm just going to have fun with my entities. It's like how Gary always says, just for fun, never to tell anyone. So I was just having my fun. So one of the ladies, she fell ill, and she's a great trekker, and she fell ill. And while we went up and I came down, I saw, where is she? And there's like, oh, she couldn't climb up because she wasn't feeling well, and it feels like she's having a heart attack, or her heart is aching. She's very stressed. So me being me, I just went there and I'm like, should I go ask her? And I asked my question in my world entities, do I go? Do I check with her? And it was a big yes. And I was like, will she receive me? And I was like, no. And and my mind was working more than my knowing. So I kept away. And then suddenly my body just took me like, no, we have to go. Okay. And I went and asked her, I said, can I help? And you know what I do. So I just feel like putting my hand on you. And can I do my clearing if it is okay, if that is light to you? She said, yeah, go ahead. And I worked on her. I put my hand and I could sense an entity of a little child lost in those mountains. And it was some little girl child who probably passed away and was looking for her mother, was so clinging to that lady. And it was so crazy. I didn't know how to tell her, because I was like, if I tell her this, she'll like, Aradhana's gone mad. So I was like funny, and I'm like, okay. I kept doing my clearing. I did the clearing, and I said, I hope you're feeling little relaxed. And I did my talk to entities clearing, spoke to that entity, but that entity so wanted to stay with that lady. So I was like, okay, ask her to step away from her world and let me have a word with her. And suddenly she felt lighter, she felt better. My friend, she felt a little better. And then we started walking. And this entity again shows up and she said, no, I want her to be my mother. I said, no, she's not your mother, but you can actually go find another body. She says, but she's so loving and caring. And this friend of mine also had a very motherly feeling, and she was very caring, very loving towards everybody. So I said, I know, but she cannot be a mother anymore. So, and I kept asking her, what do I say? What do I have to be? And I remember her daughter got married, and I said, if you really want to be in her family, you can go to her daughter, who she has a daughter, she's married, and she can bear a baby. So maybe she wants to, you can be her baby, and you can get in touch with her, because she no more can have babies. She says, wow, that sounds right. And she just vanished. And I kind of manipulated her out by talking to her. And suddenly this lady became much better, but she was stressed. You know how the mind is. I have to get myself checked, I have to do this. Everybody was getting panicked. I went to her and I told her, I said, I might be sounding as weird as that you think, but there was an entity and the being who really wanted to be with you as and wanted you to be her mother. So I had deviated her to your daughter. I wonder what's going to happen. Of course, she has a choice, and but for now you're good and nothing is happening. No heart attack, nothing is happening to you. You're well, so just be relaxed. Inspector, and then we come home after the trip, and I forgot, and she went for a test and stuff, and I forgot asking her. And I think after a month or so, or 10, 15 days later, I checked onto her. So what happened? What, hope she's all fine. Her test reports were fine. This is, yeah, she's absolutely fine. And then my other friend, he told me, he says, you know what? You told her that um, you diverted that being to the daughter. So once she came back from the holiday, she actually got the news that her daughter is pregnant. It was crazy in my world. I'm like, wow. But of course, it was not a girl child. It came out to be a boy child, but it was so in place and sync with all this. And it relieved her, and she was happy. And it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing story, like how an entity can actually feel like that you are dying. When an entity gets attached to you, you might feel like you're dying, you're having a heart attack, but it might be an entity trying to get your attention. So when you get these tools, learn to get these tools, and you have these tools in your hand handy, you can change anything and anything. If you are present in life, you are the source of everything, and if it comes in front of you, you can actually be the source of magic. So choose. And I think I would love everybody who's hearing this now or in future to just pick up your asses and pick up your bodies and go learn the tools and be spreading this joy and this laughter with everybody. And you can actually bring more joyful conscious world with these tools. So I hope these stories of mine and these experiences of mine, there's zillions of experiences of almost 9 to 10 years now I've been doing this work, and this is my favorite class. Talk to entities is my core, very dear to my world. So I love it, and I share things with people, whoever can receive, and I'm sure this in future will contribute to anybody who's going to be listening to, and might take away all your fears. There is nothing to fear around entities. They're just talking to you, they're just conversing with you, but that is the way they are conversing with you. So you have to learn how to converse with them. And to learn, you can join. There's so many Talk to Entities facilitators worldwide. Thanks to Shannon. Thanks for her for choosing her difference, that she has given these tools to all of us. So we can actually go into the world and share this and bring more joy onto the planet and take the fear away and be that grand, glorious adventures that we truly are. So thank you. Hope it contributed to all of you. And you can connect to me on Be the Change by Aradhana. That's the handle on the Insta that I follow. I am the sorry guys, I'm a little artistic on this. So I am the founder of Be the Change page by Aradhana. You can connect me on the Insta or on the Facebook. I'm in India, New Delhi. You can connect me through my Insta handle, or aradhanatewari.com is my website. So if you want to do a entity talk to entities class, laugh, giggle, you can come join me any of the classes in India, or you can invite me to yours, countries or spaces and places. We'll be happy to see you there. Otherwise, there's godzillions of my co-facilitators who are amazing one. So please go join them and learn the tools and spread your joy into the world. All right. Thank you, Dr. Entities. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody, for giving me this chance to share my world with you all. Hope this contributes. See you sometime soon in person. All right, guys. Bye.